Welcome to EnergizeUtv. This is a space for conscious conversation, grounded leadership, and embodied truth. I'm Angel Marie. Each episode delivers fresh perspectives, expert insight, and actionable strategies to help viewers elevate their energy, expand their potential, and live with greater purpose and vitality. This is not just a TV episode. It is a movement to awaken the world, raise collective consciousness, and inspire positive change. Greetings, everyone, and welcome to EnergizeUtv, where energy meets modern life. I'm Angel Marie, your activation catalyst. And this week, the conversation was around creating abundance. And yet, I notice that a lot of people's energy is still being overextended or given away. And maybe you can climb into that too, because that may be happening to you. And that's why this week we're going to be talking about boundaries for calm, clear, and confident leaders. And this conversation it's an important one because I brought in an incredible lady who really lives it and is doing this in her work. And she's an energy healer and a CEO of Highly Perceptive People Academy. And with her own TV show on this platform also, and several upcoming transformational documentaries, including Frequency of Miracles, Pillars of Power, and Rise with Lioness. She blends science and spirituality in a way that helps leaders, intuitives, and high-level thinkers understand their energy, create stronger boundaries, and move through life with more calm and clarity. That's you, and I'm so excited that you are here because you want to experience this amazing lady that's breaking barriers all over the place and blending that science and blending that spirituality into the beauty. So I'm so excited to bring her to you today. And you just heard the question. Are you creating abundance in your life? Yet noticing where your energy is still being overextended or given away. We want to talk first, before we bring her on, is about energy. Because everything is energy. Energy is not just a concept. It's practical. It's directional. And energy is real. And it's measurable. And it's happening in your body, around you, all day long, every day. And I really like this quote from Einstein. And Einstein said, and I quote, that energy cannot be destroyed or created. It can only be changed from one form to the other. So if energy is always moving, always shifting, then the question becomes, what are you doing with yours? Let's take a moment for a second. What are you doing with your energy? Are you aware of it? Have you experienced it? Is this something in your life that you know how it feels? Because you can feel energy before you even think about it. Just think about it. When you go into a room, sometimes your stomach drops. That's energy. You feeling it. Or you think about somebody and then the phone rings and you're like, and then you get on and you're talking to them and you can feel this energy and you can sense it. And you think, wow, is that really happening? And then also there's certain people that you might get around and you can feel how tight they are or expand they are. People say that with me, they can feel my light. And I just want to make sure you understand something, that it's because this is all about awareness. And this is your internal system giving you information. And that is not a bad thing. We don't have to fix that. Just maybe adjust, because we want to start to pay attention to it. And everything begins to become so much easier in your life when you pay attention, when you're aware of this. Now, I know it might be a concept you have never heard before, so stay with me. Because this one is what you think about, you bring about in your energy. Your thoughts are not random. They're not. They are what? directionally, they are directing your energy, your emotions. And your energy is consistently organizing what you experience every single time. So, reality is not fixed. It's in a field of vibrating energy that is responding and waiting for your mind to give it direction. This is a writer downer. You know I love writer downers because reality is not fixed. What we're thinking is not fixed. It is in a field of vibrating energy waiting for your mind, your emotions also, to direct it. Your emotions create the mind. It's back and forth and it creates. Now, this isn't philosophy. No, this is quantum physics. Can't be denied, cannot be argued. So if your thoughts are scattered, your energy is going to be scattered. If your thoughts are clear, you're going to be clear. Please take some water. And the big thing about this is that you want to say out loud with me, because whatever you think about, you bring about. And I really would love you to play with me right here and say this with me. Everything in my life is easy. I can see my guest. She's actually saying it too. Everything in my life is easy. Go ahead. And you're programming, directing your frequency. So I'm going to go do the laundry, and it's easy. I'm going to go do this project online, and it's easy. Everything is easy in my life. Oh, how does that feel in your energy field? Because you're telling your mind, you're telling your brain, your body, and your energy how to respond. Ooh, no matter what's in front of you, no matter what it is, you choose the energy you bring in. Take a breath. Stop for a second. I know you're running around the house, you're driving, something's going on, whatever that is, and take a moment and say again, everything in my life is easy. Everything's easy. So thanks for playing with me and programming, directing easy energy in your life. You'll really enjoy this. I know you will. So let's move on into boundary energy. Ooh, and how this actually feels in your body. So today we're going to be taking from the Shine On book. And in the Shine On book, we're going to be reading the Empowering Yourself to Create Healthy Boundaries is the framework for a magnificent life. Ooh, right? I mean, think about this, that you now have boundaries come in all forms, right? It does. Boundaries are guidelines. They're rules or limits created by you. And again, healthy boundaries are the framework for magnificent life. You know, I love you so much, and I want you to have a magnificent life, to step into that. So everybody defines boundaries differently, don't they? And they show people how to be around you, how to show up for you. And also what it can do also for you and I like this one because I feel this too, is they anchor how you respond when somebody does not feel right. And here's the key to that. Here's the key. Because when you have the boundaries, and the boundaries are not about pushing people away, it's not. They're about staying connected to yourself. And those healthy boundaries create what? Breathe this in, it does. It creates self-worth. And we all need to do what? And I don't care who you are, self-worth, self-esteem, that self-acceptance, powerful. And I know when I have more healthy boundaries and people know what those are, they create more clarity. And it actually helps to support me in how I lead and how I relate and how I live. And I want that for you. And, I teach this in the Shine On book because boundaries are a mix of your beliefs and your experiences. That's all we have, right? Which means they are going to look different for everyone. I already said that. And you know what? You're entitled to your own boundaries. It can be any way you want. So I want to share a story with you that has stayed with me for so long. And I was at a nonprofit event, and I was hired as a trainer in the event energy conductor, and I was talking to another speaker. And she shared something with me, and the way that she shared it with me, it went really far because it was about business and the opportunities. So she had gone into business with a person that she trusted, that she felt close to, that she felt aligned with. They were very excited about what they were going to do in this project. And there was a connection, there was a friendship. And there was this movement towards, hey, let's do this. This is really fun. And it was very simple, but yet they didn't do a contract. It was just a verbal agreement. It felt easier that way, is what she told me. And it felt more connected, as she said. And I wanted to believe in it. And she also wanted to believe in the both of them. Yet as things started moving forward, something shifted. And you know how that gets sometimes. Communication becomes harder, and it's not coming to you in the same way. So your expectations are different. And sometimes you don't see them the same. And you could feel it. And that she said that the tension was building and something is not being said. And the both of them had a different understanding of what was supposed to happen. And you've probably been there before, and you said, wait, I thought it was this way. Wait, I thought it was this way. Well, you know what? Because there wasn't any clear boundaries, there was nothing to come back to. No structure, no agreement, no clarity, no nothing. It's just like when you tell somebody, hey, I'll see you at 1:00, and they're calling at noon, and you're like, well, I said 1. You know, a lot of times it's that follow-up, isn't it? But yet, when going back to her story, when she started it, it was because it was about exciting. It was exciting to her and both of them, and they were excited about doing it. And then what happened? It started to just unravel, and it started to fall apart. And yet what happened was, the most important thing that happened was about the lost opportunity. And then the thing was that she said it just broke her heart because it was losing the relationship, not just the business, but the friendship. And when she told me that, it was really interesting because we were talking about boundaries, about taking that moment and guarding when you're in business and when you're in a personal relationship and a friendship, and guarding the business also so it doesn't go into. So I want you just to take a pause, just stop for a second and feel this, because it's probably happened to you. And also, where in your life could you put better boundaries? Not just in business, yet in your personal life. Because when they're not clear, what happens? You rely on assuming, and that doesn't always work. And you also rely on the feelings alone, and you don't always have the support. And the thing is when you shift this one thing, what was holding everything together is not any longer. So this is what I'd like you to take a look at, is that take this. And what the biggest point is to this is that you have a big heart. You do. You have a huge heart. Every single one of you. I know you. I see you. You still have to have those clear boundaries, because they go both hand in hand. And in fact, boundaries protect your heart, and they protect your energy and your time. And that's the important part. And here's a simple way to start strengthening without all of this, without the overwhelm, is start small and create a boundary that is small in your life. So I want you to think about it. Take a moment. And for me, mine is every time I go to the table, I want to be present with my food. I want to eat this food and this energy in a way that it's sustainable, that it's helping my nervous system. It's helping me to have that protein in my body. It's helping my mind, and it's feeding all of this. So I chose to make that boundary for myself. And that boundary that I created was about, when I sit down, no phone. And when I started doing that, I started being present. And I created that space. I created that calmness. And when I was doing that, I was also practicing what? My small boundaries. And as I kept practicing that, it became a foundation. And then the bigger moments came when it started to go into my business, my relationships, and all those opportunities in my relationships. And then now I'm not reacting, I am responding, and it's clearer. So take a breath with me for a second. Because where in life can you create one small boundary? Today, right here, today, now. Think about it. Something simple, something doable. I like doable things, doable, actual steps. Something that brings you back to yourself. And I'd love to hear it if you want to come back to me on any of my socials and tell me, what was that one thing that you changed? Because that's when you begin. And that is how you start building that framework for a magnificent life. And I want that for you because I love you. And I can feel your energy and remember that. And once you understand, everything shifts. Not staying drained in conversations, leaving environments that seem off to you. And just like the other day, I went to a luncheon, and I was at this luncheon, and I was meeting with like 10 other people. And I was there early, and I stayed, and we started chatting, and everything was happening. And then, you know what happened? All of a sudden, I was like, you know what? I'm good. I'm done. And that was a boundary because I felt that it was time to go. And so I got up and I said, well, I'm going to go now. And it's interesting, isn't it? How people look at you and they say to you, well, why are you going? Well, what's going on? Where are you going? What? And it's interesting that you sometimes have to give an excuse. So I want you also to take this in, that you don't have to give an excuse either. You can also say what? I'm going and I'm leaving because this is the best thing for me. It's very challenging when you start doing that, but now most of my peeps around me, they know this energy that I'm going to connect, and if it's time to go, it's time to go, and that's a boundary to me. I'm not going to stay. Nothing was wrong. Nobody did anything. The food was good. It was all good, but yet it was time for me to go. So I hope you can do that because it will help you also when it's time to go, not to absorb everybody else's energy and emotions, because boundaries are about managing your response, not always. It is not controlling others. It really isn't. I really want you to take a moment on that, because your boundaries isn't saying you have to do this and I'm controlling you. No, it's the beauty of, no, this is where I'm at and here's what I'm going to do. Take that in. And here's another good one. I was coaching a woman and she was high level successful, and she was a mom. She was running a business, managing teams, holding down the home. She was showing up for the kids and everything looked really strong and good. But yet when she sat down with me, she took this big deep breath. I mean, it was like, whoa. And she said, I'm exhausted. And I just looked at her and I was like, you're not really exhausted. Like, you're getting enough sleep, but you're fatigued and exhausted inside your energy. And she said, yes. And I said, okay. And it was tired of mind, body, and energy. And she said, I feel like I'm always on call for everyone. How many of you feel this way? Your phone dings and where are you at? It's the texting from the clients, from the kids, from your team, from the school notifications, family groups, the friends checking in. You love all of it. But every time it dings, your body really does react. It spikes, actually. And when we really looked at it, it's like it's an urgency in your vibrational field. Oh, I have to get that. Does that sound right? I mean, thinking about that, because it's always like, what's the meeting? Is everything okay? Is the kids are... And it was happening during her meals, late at night, first thing in the morning. And you know what? And what happened is we talked about her separating her time a little bit so that she would have more time for more space and more pauses to separate between her work, her family, and everything else's needs. Because it got to the point where that ding would be like, it would just stop her. And she really wanted to be with the kids. That was the biggest thing. And when she said that, when I'm with my kids, I want to fully be with them, and I'm not. Feel that for a moment. How many times are you not really there? And this is happening to all of us. This is how we're hardwired energy-wise. Science is behind this, because that notification, that brain releases dopamine. And in that dopamine is the reward chemical. Yes, and it drives the motivation. And it also drives the curiosity, right? The curiosity of who is that? And that is hardwired. And if this is the first time you're hearing this, really take this in, because studies out of Harvard to UCLA even show this, that it increases the dopamine, and the brain is not just reacting now, it's being trained every single time to check the phone. So it reinforces that loop. And I always say the neural nets, neural pathways, those loops that keep going inside of you. And over time, you create it. You really do create it. And then, of course, that's that. You've heard of the FOMO, the FOMO, and that's the fear of missing out. And that's real. That's in the nervous system. That's like an alert that you're going to miss something. This is real. And I have to admit, just the other day, I was like, I'm turning everything off at 6 o'clock at night. I don't want to call anyone. I'm not going to call anybody. I want to make myself not call anyone or check my phone or get on the computer, watch TV, nothing. I'm just going to be in silence. You know how many times that I went in to get my phone? I was really surprised. I really was. So just take a moment, because this research has shown that switching from checking messages while doing other things, it can reduce your focus and performance. Our brain really is not designed to be interrupted every few minutes by ding, 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 because it takes time to settle back into clarity, and it pulls you away. It makes your energy fragmented too. And that's the biggest point, because consistently opening to the energy and answering the messages, she was constantly opening her energy over and over and over again. Does that sound familiar to you? I think it might, because you shifted it. And that's what we did, and I didn't restrict. I didn't say, hey, you got to cut these people off. You got to stop doing this. No, we just shifted it, because we don't want to cut people out. We need to have the business. We have the home. We have the life. But you know what? As I said to her, what if you gave yourself permission to create space? And she paused for a moment, because part of her believed, if I don't respond right away, something's going to fall apart. Oh my gosh, I have to make sure. But what if you just started and created something simple? Like a clear window of communication. Time in your day where you would check your messages, and time where you would not. Now, this is the point that she was like, because she had to let her clients know, her team know, her family know. This is when response, this is when your presence. So when she was working, she was working. When she was with the kids, she was with the kids. And you know what? That added a little bit to give that permission, and she did. And I even had her write it. So let's take a small pause for a second. Just enough to come back to yourself and think about how many times are you racing from all of these things, and they have to do with the phone or emails or something coming in. So start to choose you. And I'm saying I'm giving you permission also to choose you. because everything is easy. Oh, remember, everything is easy, and it's happening, and it's really easy to happen. And when she came back to me, not a week later, not a month, no, it was like 3 days later, she's like, oh my gosh, this has completely changed everything. And she felt like, and she said, people respect it. And there's not a lot of back and forth. There's more clarity. I was so excited, and she felt different with the kids, and the kids even said it to her. And she was being present, engaged, and calm. In fact, this is what really surprised her, is that everything worked better, and she no longer felt scattered in her energy. She was clear and focused and grounded. And that's what I want from you. So how often do you hear that ding and feel the pull? How often do you reach out to the phone without even thinking about it? So just think about that, because we want your brain to be trained differently. And in that, we want to retrain it, because you can always retrain it, and start with one simple boundary. So give yourself that window and the time to check. And I'm so excited because we are getting ready to move to our guest right now. And this lady, she's not only just living it, she's teaching it. And she's been doing this since she was 8 years old, on how to connect to your boundaries, but also how to connect with that calmness, and how to give yourself permission. So I can't wait for you to meet beautiful Tiffany Cano. And I don't know if I'm saying that right or not, but because she is a world of information. So she'll be here right after this, and we'll be right back right after this. Stay with me. We'll be right back.
If you're listening to the EnergizeUtv, you already know the power of connection. Now imagine sharing your contact info instantly, no typing, no paper, no friction. Our digital business cards let you share your name, phone, social links, and website with one simple scan. Perfect for professionals who want to automate building their network. Ready to upgrade how you connect? Scan the QR code on the screen and get your digital business card built by JavaLogix today.
JavaLogix, they rock. Preston, get with him. You'll get the angel discount, because digital cards are where we're going for sure. And I also want to say to you, my listener, thank you, thank you. I see you. I love you. I celebrate you. You are amazing. I appreciate you for being here. So we're getting ready to bring her in, and here she is right here. Oh my gosh, okay, we're bringing her in. We're bringing her in right now. Here you are. Yay. Wonderful.
Hi.
Tiffany. Yes, please tell the viewers and the listeners who you are.
My name's Tiffany Cano. Gosh, I thank you so much for bringing me here as a guest on your show. I love consciousness work. I love spirituality. I love energy. Energy is all around us, and I live in beautiful Southern California, and I've got a organic garden. And, just yesterday I was out there, playing with my roses and, planting tomatoes and getting, the spring energy of creation and empowerment. And it was so fun. So I live my life out of love and service. I match up everything that I do to that. If it's not love and service, it's a no.
And there's a boundary. There's a boundary right there, right? Yes. So, let's just dive right in. And because you work with so many highly perceptive people.
Yes.
For a leader who feels everything deeply, as I know you do, as I do, why are the boundaries actually a tool for connection rather than a way of shutting people out?
Well, for empaths and sensitive folks, the feelers, I was a feeler growing up, and most of us feelers have pretty poor boundaries. and sponge up everybody's stuff and don't have a differentiation of what's mine versus somebody else's thoughts and feelings and energies. And so they get enmeshed and entangled, um, and it causes, fatigue and moods, and can affect confidence and self-esteem and your peace of mind getting triggered by other people's energies, other people's thoughts, other people's feelings. So actually being able to have healthy energetic boundaries lets you have a clear sense of, okay, this is me, this is my space, and over here, this is you, and this is your space. And together, we can each have our own separate spaces while thriving, while having great connection and intimacy in a healthy way. Actually, people felt me more when I had healthy boundaries.
Ah, beautiful. And they really do. And we talked a little bit about the highly perceived leaders, the academy that you have.
Mm-hmm.
And
Highly
I know,
Perceptive People Academy, yes.
yes, in your work, you talk about energetic safety. And so
Yes.
explain, like, how does a leader's lack of boundaries create a vibration of chaos for their entire team? Talk about that and then what we do.
Well, the safety piece, let's start there because it's one of those core wounds that so many people have. Not feeling safe, not feeling safe to be seen, not feeling safe to be heard, not feeling safe to belong, not feeling safe to be in your body, not feeling safe to express yourself and be your authentic, vivacious, best version of you out of fear of being judged and criticized. But when you have healthy energetic boundaries, even if somebody criticizes you, you don't even take it in. Like, it doesn't come into your energy field. You're just, no, thank you. I'm not available for that. And there's no emotion, there's no anger, there's no upset. It's just clear yeses, clear nos. And when you have the clarity and the healthy energetic boundaries, you stay cleaner
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
more peaceful.
Yeah, yeah. So, what would be one thing that we can give to the viewer? These are writer downers. She's going to give you one. What would be one thing? Because I know there's many.
There's many. So when you are setting clear boundaries, you got to let go of any desire to people please.
Ooh, I call them the bleeding hearts.
Yeah. Let go of any fears of people getting mad at you, people not liking you, people firing you, people breaking up with you. Like, let go of all those fears and people pleasing, because it will affect your ability to actually own a healthy boundary. And when you own a healthy boundary throughout your whole system, people get that. It registers. They're like, you don't even have to say it. Most people think boundaries are when they've like said something like, I need you to give me my me time when I have the sign up on the door. Okay. For example, at home, right? And they think that that equals a boundary. And in a way it is. But if you don't energetically own it, it may not register to them. It just sounds like Charlie Brown, wah, 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 and then it doesn't land. So when we can energetically own those boundaries and what we're available for, what we're not available for, then people just get it. And in general, they don't push it. They just respect it. Or at least the people in my life, because I don't tolerate boundary pushers. You're not allowed in my inner circle. You're not allowed. That's a boundary, right?
It's a clear boundary, and leaders though they feel that they have to be on 24/7 though, and I've seen this. I've counseled them to be successful. They feel this, But there's such a hidden cost, isn't there, to the physical and their spiritual health?
Well, when you say be on, that to me like is more of an ego driven place. Like I have to like shine, for example, where for me, I get empty and I just let myself be an instrument, be a vessel, let archetypal energy and blessings pour through. So it's never my energy that I'm giving. It's not my energy when I'm teaching. It's not my energy when I'm facilitating healings. I'm not the doer. Like God is through me. The divine is through me. And so that those blessings and archetypal energies will take over. And I allow for that. And I still have boundaries around it too.
It's such a great point, but yet I have a feeling we need to give something more in there because it's, you
Sure.
say, hey, just step back, but people, and I know you because I love everyone here that are watching. I think you need to give a couple of things about how to do that. And it's not just take a deep breath. Yes, we're always going to say take a deep breath and stop, but it's more than that. And you have an expert with us today.
Well, in order to empty, it's a process of surrender. For me, I connect to source, to my higher soul, and I allow that energy to flow through me.
So I have to stop you. I know I'm interrupting, but yet it's a feeling, right? It is a feeling when you connect. It's a feeling because we can say, "Oh, you just connect." Well, how do I do that? Go ahead.
I part of it's feeling, part of it's seeing, part of it's knowing. I have all the clairs, the claircognizant to know, the clairsentient to feel, the clairaudient to hear, the clairvoyance to see, the clairs to smell and stuff too, which most of the time
Ooh,
is
I don't
you.
have that one. I don't have that one.
I only like it if I'm like smelling roses. The rest of the time, not so good. But it's sending my consciousness up to connect more strongly with my higher soul and the divine and allowing that connection. I wish I could throw up a visual for you right now. I have them, but in the moment you'll just have to pretend and imagine. It's like, so you're sending energy up, connecting with your higher soul up here and allowing that energy to come down and guide you
Yes.
at this human level. And then in terms of boundaries, I would love to guide them through something kinesthetic on that piece, like how to cultivate those. Okay.
Sure. Why don't we do that?
Okay. So when I teach my students about boundaries, we do macro boundaries, micro boundaries. We do boundaries for all of your various spaces and areas of life, like your mental space, your spiritual space, your emotional space, your money space. For example, this is just one of, like 16 or so different types of areas that we go very detailed on. And, in my embodiment program, we go very detailed for like weekly for 3 months about it. And so I'm going to teach you what one of the kinesthetic techniques that I teach them. Okay. So
Okay.
this, your energetic space bubble. Okay. Everyone gets to be a unicorn today and have a space bubble. Okay, so you're going to use your non-dominant first few fingers to put on your Ajna chakra, which is your willpower center, okay, your higher will center. Then you're going to use your dominant hand like a dominant hand to instruct your energetic space bubble, okay? So we'll do some general ones first. Like I have clear, healthy, strong, firm, appropriate boundaries. So you're instructing your entire space bubble in the front of you, in the back, right side, left side, above your head and below your feet. I have clear, healthy, strong, firm, appropriate boundaries. And I can see that some of you actively doing this. There's some boundaries that need to be strengthened in the back side of you in the lower half, and a little bit more like in this back kind of corner area. I mean, it's not a corner because it's there's no corners, but it's like in your blind spot if you were driving a car, you know? So put more energy and intention there to have thick, strong, healthy, firm, appropriate boundaries. Okay. In those areas, 360 degrees, equidistant all the way around your body. Okay. I'm seeing some shifts.
Good,
Okay.
good,
Good
good.
job. Then if you, go ahead. You got a question?
No, go ahead. Sorry.
I was going to say, then you can specifically do it for different types of energy spaces or areas of your life. Now, I think emotional space is probably a very important one for us feelers, because otherwise it's so easy to take things personally and feel butthurt and, judged. And really, someone just made a comment that was innocent, but it landed weird, right?
Right.
So with this same energy bubble, you're having the intention, this is your emotional space, and you're going to program it. I have clear, healthy, strong, firm, appropriate emotional space boundaries in the front, in the back, right side, left side, above your head, and below your feet. Okay, so let's do it together. Hands here. I have clear, healthy, strong, firm, appropriate emotional space boundaries. And let this instruction go to the front of you, the back, right side, left side, above your head, below your feet, 360 degrees, equidistant all the way around you.
This is beautiful. Tell me
Good.
tell me why you do this, because they're gonna ask. I know I'm gonna get asked. Why are we putting our non-dominant fingers on our third
To
eye?
activate your will center.
It activates your will center.
Right.
Then we're instructing. It's just like earlier when I was talking about program, direct your energy, organize your nervous system to everything is easy. Everything is easy.
Yes.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So thank you for that. That's a great one that anybody and everyone can use.
You're welcome. And though that was just a macro boundary, and you notice how it's a little quieter? It just feels a little quieter in your space. Now, if we had more time, we could do micro boundaries. Like, I have clear, healthy, strong boundaries with my family, or with my, brother, or with my cousin, or with my boss, or like you go through very granularly, individually, allowing for healthy boundaries with every relationship.
Yeah.
And it makes such a huge difference. And sometimes I'll do these micro boundaries where I'm like, I'm a yes to happy people in my life. I'm a no to meanies. Right. And like individually go through and make these micro boundaries. It takes a little effort, but once you own it, it's yours.
And that it's in your frequency. And this is the interesting part too, as we jump, and thank you, we're going to jump here, because in 2015, a study came out from UCLA, and it studied the employees and who mentally disconnected. And it's kind of what you're talking about, is disconnecting from all the noise of the work, to kids, to everything, And what they found is when they disconnected from work, they actually had a different form of boundary setting, and they slept better and improved focus and higher performance the next day. And that's kind of what you're talking about, is how we can come to from within and, like you said, focus.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. When I switched from, well, when I first learned about boundaries and walls and guards and shields, you know, being a feeler, I would put up these energetic bubbles of, you know, light to try to protect me so I didn't sponge up everything, but I still sponged stuff up. And I also blocked a lot of good things as well, even though I was doing it from like a prayerful and spiritual space when I did it. And then when I stopped actively doing the conscious shields and I stopped with the subconscious ones that I created out of fear and like to guard and protect myself, and I created healthy energetic boundaries on purpose, my money doubled that year. The energy and vitality that I had was off the charts. The relationships were so fantastic. I mean, my best friend was like, oh, I feel you in such a great way now, where before when you would put up these, you know, energy bubbles of protection, it hurt me. Like I felt so disconnected, and now like, this is great, you know, and it just deepened everything. My clients just could find me and pay me because I wasn't, you know, hiding behind all of these other, you know, walls and shields to protect myself. I just had a healthy boundary. And
Beautiful.
like, if you practice this, you really dive into it, your money will increase, your health, your relationships, spiritual connection, like every area of life improves.
I love that. And it does when you have clear boundaries, but you also have to put them out there and then also keep to them. That's one of the biggest things when they happen. You know, we're almost at the end now. I can't believe this, but I want to do this shine round. And it's a one word or short phrase that prompts you however you feel. So it's one word. So one word your clients would use to describe you.
Bright.
One
like
word
shiny
that
bright.
shiny bright. One word that defines your alignment for you.
Love.
One word that you want people to feel after being around you.
Safe.
Yeah. Safe is a biggie, isn't it? I mean, I've been doing this 30 years. You've been doing this since you were 8 years old. You've been given these beautiful things. And safe is huge. I don't care how much, where they're from. It's always safe. It really is. And then what word that represents your leadership style? I usually
generous.
What'd you say?
Generous.
Okay.
I was torn between caring and generous.
Maybe this one, the one word you are known for. Caring? I mean,
loving, I think.
Yeah, loving.
Yeah.
Okay, this one's a good one. What do you stand for no matter what?
I mean, it's just, everything for me is about love.
It's one thing, no
if
matter
it's not
what.
love, it's got to go. It's one of my, you know,
yeah, and the
things
one thing
I teach people all the time. If it's not love, it's got to go.
Well, this has been amazing. I mean, totally amazing. So thank you for being here, and thank you for your free gift. Could you please tell everyone what is your free gift?
I have an e-guide for you, Soulful Boundaries e-guide, to reclaim your inner strength and sense of self. And it has great visuals in it. I talk about the different types of spaces, help you to start practicing and owning those spaces. And every time I have a free gift. It's not just like the gift, but you also have other opportunities to connect with me, even in a free 15-minute blind spot strategy session, which you'll get a link to after you register for that e-guide. And, come, let me see how I can best help you.
Oh, that's beautiful. And here's her contact information. So reach out to her because she has amazing, like the Academy, what she does on her TV shows. To I could just go on and on with her movies and her. Just connect with that QR code or go to her website. So, Tiffany, thank you so much. And as we wrap up, any final words you'd like to leave with us?
Whenever I have any kind of decision that I want to make, and especially if I'm not yet clear about which road to take, I just touch my heart and I go within and I just ask, what would love say? Or if it's an action, like, what would love do? And I just
Beautiful.
listen to my heart and let love give me the answer.
Beautiful. Thank you so much for being here. And we'll see you next time because we're going to have you back for sure. Because I
Thank
already
you
know
so much.
like two other or three other shows that I want to have with you on this. So I
Woo!
can't wait. So thank you for being here until I see you next time.
Thanks.
So wonderful. Oh my gosh. The amazing what she did. And you know what? She gave such a wonderful gift. I want to give a gift. And then this gift is a 2-week free membership to Energy Reset Session where we recharge and refocus for you, for your peak performance. And this is a Tai Chi inspired practice, but it will help you to become more clear and grounded. So go ahead and go to angelmarieshines.com or just use this QR code and go right ahead. And you know what? Another thing that I'd love, love, love to give you is my 2 books that I wrote. Yes, I have 12 books, but these 2 are the foundation of my teaching that you experienced today on EnergizeUtv. And they're available. And if you go to my website, angelmarieshines.com, I can sign it for you and send it to you. And remember, I'm going to be here every week. Every week I am here for almost 10 years to give you that beautiful energy and the teaching about energy and about how you can show up in a different way and have more energy. So remember something, that your energy is the music of your life. So keep it tuned, keep it flowing, and keep it shining bright. Because I'll be right here every week bringing you the wisdom, the energy, and those golden nuggets from our beautiful guests around the world. Because you know what? This isn't just a show. It's a movement. And it's a global impact. And I want to see you next time. So go ahead and share this with your friends, your family, because they want to get unstuck. They want to feel that vibration also. So go ahead and do that. And I'll see you next time. And keep igniting your energy, activating your joy, and always elevating your abundance. See you next week on Energize You TV, where energy meets modern life. And keep shining and shining bright. Before you go, take a moment and ask yourself one simple question. What am I taking with me from this conversation? I'm Angel Marie, and this is Energize You TV, where we help you live,